heavenly signs were also prophesied, also in Luke 21:11, which is synoptic to Matthew 24. Now, should be noted, according to Josephus, a meteor resembling a sword, a meteor resembling a sword, it hung over Jerusalem for one whole year. Imagine a sword hanging in the sky, and you can see that for one whole year, according to Jerusalem. And it wasn't a comet, because no comet is that stationary. And he's saying, you shall see my sign in the skies. What is his sign? He's a sword.
It's a sword. Oh, yeah.
Wow, yes. It hung over Jerusalem.
Yes.
I have to read these things, guys, because it's not like I've read stuff, and I need to help you get this. At the 8th of the month of Xanthicus, before the feast of the unleavened bread, at the 9th hour of the night, there shone about the altar and the circumvent buildings around the temple, there shone a light equal to daylight, okay, which continued for half an hour. For half an hour, this light was shining, and it couldn't be attributed to the lightning or the vivid aurora borealis, which is a star. I've talked about it. Okay. If you follow what they call solar storms and all of that, if you've been reading news and all of that, there is those northern lights, those lights that look nice. Sometimes we use them in our background and all of that. If you watch this video, we'll put them there so that you appreciate what I'm saying. This thing, imagine a light came for 30 minutes, it's around the temple, and everywhere it is night, but around the temple, it is daytime. What sign do you want? It is daytime. So it wasn't these northern lights. It was confined to a particular spot. If it was these lights, they go everywhere in the sky.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. A high priest. Because remember where this conversation is. This temple shall not remain. A high priest was leading a heifer. Imagine you're leading a cow to the altar, because they continue. Imagine a high priest is leading a cow to the altar to slaughter it, because Jesus had left. He's saying these things are done. I'm the lamb and all that. And the cow gave birth to a lamb. These are in history. Josephus gave birth to a lamb.
What?
Gave birth to a lamb.
For proof that
a cow gave birth to a sheep. You understand? There were weird signs were happening. So these signs were fully there. And these are in this time. This is Josephus. Every Bible reader, anyone who has gone to theology, they agree with the history of Josephus. Have you heard of Josephus? You're still one my young. But you'll get there.
I was cool.
He told them not a single stone will remain on this temple. Remember, this temple had been redone, and it had gold.
Yes.
They dug out those stones, everything, so that they get out the gold. Nothing was left.
They needed the gold.
Nothing was left. They needed the gold. And this is what Jesus was saying. He kept on saying, they will break my body and all that. They didn't know that he was referring to the temple. It was crucial. About the 6th hour of the night, the eastern gate of the temple was seen to open without human assistance. Remember, this gate was so heavy, it could only be opened by 20 strong men. But now it was opening alone. And when the guards told the curator, he told them to close it, okay? And this was prophesied in Ezekiel, that when Jesus is coming, he will use the eastern gate.
The eastern gate of Jesus, yes.
Yeah? And of course also, the word coming, according to history, all the time they used the word coming was when the Lord was to come to judge. Not the coming that people have popularized of the rapture and all of that. Next session I'm teaching on the rapture. We are going to analyze all the scriptures they are speaking about to the way of the rapture. I'm telling you, they were not known that way scripturally. So I have the things here. So soon after the feast of Passover in various parts of Jerusalem, chariots and armed men were seen in the clouds. Imagine in the clouds you're seeing chariots and armed men. passing over Jerusalem. And this also could not be the aurora borealis because it happened before the sun had set. The aurora borealis happens at night. Yeah? And it was seen all over the country by many people. People are seeing chariots and armed men. Of course, it was going to be executed by physical individuals, but spiritually, there was a judgment over Jerusalem. Remember, I came to bring peace. You chose a thief. They were pronouncing judgment upon themselves. He started by explaining these things. He was there so that they receive him. They didn't receive him. They killed him. Something was bound to happen to them. You understand what I'm saying?